Alright, hi guys. So, good news is I'm out of a brace, and he said I can start using my wrist a little bit more. Nothing like it's, outrageously, which puts a damper. I don't know if you guys are familiar with a amusement park called Holiday World. It's in Santa Claus, Indiana, and my family was going to go there next week. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go. One, the water park's the best part of it, and I cannot immerse my wrist in that, and I can't knock it about, so the rides would be out of bounds too, because I would be afraid I would hit it, and I'd rather be, side on the caution side, and it still has stitches, so there is going to, even though I don't have my brace and I can kind of use it a little bit more, which should mean I could hopefully crochet okay. And we are going to do a granny square. If you've been following along on this series, I've been using this granny square book by Margaret Hubert to learn some different versions. And we are going to do the Rosetta square. Now it is an intermediate. Let me see, come down a little bit further so we can kind of look at the directions together. Is it going to be? Yeah, it's an intermediate. I picked it mainly because it's only using two colors and won't have a lot of exchange. And I actually have these colors or some similar to it, so that's kind of neat. Let's look at the stitches. We are, of course, going to be doing the chains, single crochet, double crochet, and these are double trebles. And we'll go over that together. Then they have the regular trebles. Let me see, did I miss anything? Those are singles. That looks like it's all there is. We're going to start out. We are going to follow the directions as it tells us. Sometimes I like a magic ring, but we are just going to do as the pattern directs us. And we're going to start off with a 12 chain, 8 chain rather, joining loop around one to the 12. So we're going to chain 8 and we're going to slip stitch that ring together. And I am going to be, oops, sorry. Oh, that's a lot of noise. I need to move my hooks here. We are going to use, for the purple, I'm just going to use this crafter square. I bought it the last time I went to Dollar Tree. So we're going to use that for the center. And I have been using this green yarn for a while. If you got to see the pick a stitch choices, this is what I use. So it's handy. We're going to use that. So let's go ahead to do this. I am using a 5mm hook. It's just a generic one. It doesn't even, it's not a name brand or anything. Let me see if we can get a good angle. This will be the first time using this yarn. Normally I get the Premier one when I go to Dollar Tree. I have the Just Cotton. That's what I usually seem to pick up. But this is the Crafter Square, which means it's the Dollar Tree brand, I believe. So we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's do a slip stitch here. Well, it would be helpful if I put it actually in that stitch, right? All right, try again. Gotten out of practice already? There we go. All right, so we're going to keep our tail and work that around. And inside this ring, we're going to do 12 single crochets. So we're just going to go in the middle, bring a loop, and do a single crochet. That's all we're going to do all the way around. So go ahead and do that. And when you have 12 total, we'll get back together and start round 2. Okay, so I'm at my end of my 12. Oh, that hurts a little bit. We are going to make a slip stitch and our first chain, and I did bring my little tail up because we're just going to continue weaving it into the next level. So here we are going to actually chain 3, which is going to count as a double crochet. Then chain 2 more, that's going to be our space. And then we are going to go into the top of our single crochets here. Like I said, I'm carrying that tail with me. Chain 2, double crochet in the top of our single crochet, chain 2. So that's what we're going to do for round 2. And we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, of course. I'm just making sure because sometimes I can be wrong. Okay, let's meet at the end. Just remember a double crochet in each of the single crochets around 1. Chain 2. And when we get done, we should have 12 of those. All right, guys, see you in just a little bit. All right, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we're going to go in the top of the 3rd chain here. Where we chain 3, that top of that. Well, I always hate these. I really do. Because I have a hard time getting that in there. There we go. So now we're going to slip stitch. Now we're still using the same color. So there we go. So now we have our little wheel here. In this row, it is all, we're going to chain 1. We're just going to do single crochets in the everywhere. So it's 2 single crochets in here, and the top of the double, a single crochet. And we're going to do that all the way around. So let's go ahead and start with our single crochet, 2 in the space, the top of our double crochet, 2 in the space, okay, whoop, let me go back. Learn to read, Kim. Okay, so we are doing, actually, come back up here. So in our chain 2 spaces, we're going to do 3. So I'm going to put my first single crochet here. I'm going to struggle. There we go. And then in the space where I said 2, we have to put 3. So I'm trying to do a double. Here we go. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to put a single crochet in the top of the double. All right, then we're going to put 3 in that chain 2 space. 2, 3, and then 1 in the top of our double. We're going to do it one more time, then we're just going to go off screen and work that all the way around. 1, 2, 3, in the top of your double. Okay, so that's going to start squaring it out more, and then we'll start with shaping up on row 4. So I'm going to let you go ahead and do that all the way around. Just remember 3 in your chain 2 space. Make sure you put 1 on top of your double, 3, and then of course that. So single crochet all the way around, and we'll see you at the end. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. And now this is where we're going to start. Oh, and we should have 48 of these single crochets. If you're trying, keeping up with that and trying to double check your work, you're going to have 48 single crochets. Okay, so now this is where we are actually going to start our double trebles. So we're going to start out with a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be considered our double treble. Okay, double trebles. A treble is normally wrap around twice. We're going to wrap around 3 times. Your hook, you're going to insert it to this space. You're going to yarn over, draw the yarn through, and you're going to take it through 2 loops 4 times. So let's do that. So we've yarned over our hook 3 times. There we go. Now we're going to go into the top of, see these single crochets? These single crochets in our space. We have 3 of them. So we're going to go in the top of each of those. We're going to yarn through 2, yarn over, go through 2, and that is your double treble. So one more time, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go in our space, get some of my yarn out of my hand. The hardest part right now is to hold this yarn right. So we can bring our yarn through. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops. You're going to yarn over, bring through, well, yarn over and bring through 2 if you can get your yarn to cooperate. Yarn over, bring through 2, 2, 2, and then one more time, 2. Okay, so now we are going to do that one more time. 2, 3. Go into that 3rd single crochet in that space. Yarn over, go through 2. Ooh, excuse me. So now what we're going to do, we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to go back in, and we're going to start the top of these spaces, and the one that's sitting on top of your double, 2 and the 3 in the chain spaces, and that's where we're working these double trebles. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We'll go in that top, too much laying on my table here working on projects. So we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, and then we should be going into those chain space single crochets in that chain space. This yard kind of wants to split. Well, I don't think I made the double treble, did I? Let's do that again. Make sure you're wrapping it around 1, 2, 3. There we go. Go through 2, 2, 2, 2. Go. And this is where we're going to chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we're just going to start that over again. So that's how we're going to do this round. You have chain 6 in between them, then you put a double treble in 1, 2, 3, 4 in these stitches here. Chain 6, then we'll do that all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and let you work on your own on this, and then we'll be together, and then we're going to start seeing the corners shaping up. Okay, I'm on my last set of the double trebles, and just thinking about behind the scenes, I had laid it down to check my work, and I had to pull everything out to a certain point because I had added 5 of these double trebles in one spot, so I had to go back and fix that. So a little behind the scenes blooper there. So I'm doing my last double treble. Well, I'm not in screen again. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I think I've moved my phone. All right. I start putting an X marks a spot space. So there's our last one. We're going to chain our 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. And as you guys know, this is the part I hate to try to do. So we're going to put it in there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on. I just want to put it in the stitch. Get me in there. There we go. And then we're just going to, oh, don't lose that. That took too hard to get in there. There we go. Then we're just going to slip stitch there. So there we go. I know it looks all kind of fluffy and crinkled, but the next row, we're going to do one more row of this color. There should be 48 of these, 12 sets of 4. You're having to, want to go back and check. So our next row, it's a lot more of the single crochets. So what we're going to do is put, let's see, we're going to, here's our cluster, our set of 4. So we're going to put a single crochet, we're going to do a single crochet together. So there's the 1, we're going to put it on that side, then we're going to go to the 4th one, and then that's our single crochet together, 2 single crochets together. Let's go do that again. Oh, I'm just ready to undo. I did, didn't I? Oh, okay. Let me see if I've lost my count here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I sure did. I pulled one out. All right, so let's do that again. We're going to join from that row. So we're going to chain 1. So this is what we're going to do here is chain 2, single crochet 2 together. So we're going to go back into the top of this, and it looks like we're going to start our single crochet, but we're not going to finish it out. What we're going to do is go over to the 4th of those double trebles, bring your yarn over, and then we're going to pull them through. There we go. And what we're going to do then is do some single crochets. So again, our chain single crochet 2 together, and then back into this. So let's go ahead and do our single crochets and our chain 6 chain, and we're going to be doing one. Let's see, I just want to make sure we got it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be doing 8 single crochets in our chain 6 space. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to just do regular single crochets. We're just going to put 8 of them in this space. Three, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so let's do that single crochet 2 together. We're going to go to the top of our stitch just like we're going to do a single crochet, but we're not going to finish it out. We're going to go to the 4th double treble, yarn over and bring it through, so we have 3 loops, and then we're going to chain this together. That is chaining 2 single crochets 2 together. Okay, as far as the yarn, I am not crazy about it. I wouldn't want to do a big project. It's okay for doing like sample work, but it splits way too easy. Okay, so then we're going to do our 8 again here. We're going to do that one more time together. And then we're going to do that single crochet 2 together. We go to the top of that first one. That looks like our single crochet, but we're not going to finish it out. We're going to go over to the 4th one, go through the stitch, yarn over and bring it through. We have 3 loops on your hook, and then chain them, bring them all over together. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure, because we're going to do the rest of this off screen. So our chain 2 together, we go through the top of our first double treble. It looks like we're getting ready to just make a regular single crochet, but we're not going to finish it out. So we're going to go over to the 4th one, go through that space, yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops, yarn over, and bring all through those 3 loops. And then 8 here. And I hope that made it clear. If not, just pop it back a few seconds and watch it again, because it is really easy to do, and hopefully I'm making that sound simple to do. So that's what we're going to end up looking like. We're going to put 8 single crochets in these our spaces, and then we are doing single crochet together on these. All right, so I'm going to let you go ahead and work that in a round. We'll pop back on again, and well, let's just do it one more time. I really don't want to, so we're just going to do 8. I don't want to be boring, but I don't want to leave you unsure either. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's do this slow. Okay, we're at our 4 double trebles. So we're going to go to the top of the one and just look like we're going to do a regular single crochet, but we stop. We go to the 4th one, go through our stitches here, yarn over, bring it through. So we have 3 stitches or 3 loops, and we're going to yarn over and bring through those 3 loops. And we're going to do it again because I let it go. So we go to the top, yarn over, come through. Go through this stitch here. Now we're going to go to the 4th one. We're going to go through the stitch, yarn over. We have 3 loops. Yarn over, bring your yarn through all 3 loops, and there is your single 2 together. Single crochet 2 together. So then just remember 8 here, and then always the chain single crochet 2 together here. All right, we'll see you at the end, guys. All right, let me see. We have one more, our last of our chain 2 together single crochets, so we're going to do that. And then our last of our 8 8, and then we're just going to slip stitch it into that. Now this is where we are going to change colors. So you can either, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to snip this so we can start our new color. I think it'd be a little bit easier. Normally I'll just feed it in, but this looks a little, all right. So this is the purple. Let's look, make sure I'm doing good. And we're going to take this yarn. Like I said, I wouldn't want to do a big project with this because it wants to split, and maybe it's my hook. I don't know. It could be either way. So what we're going to do is where we chain 2 together. Right here, I'm going to add my yarn. We'll do it at this spot. And then we're going to start out with working on, try to find the top of that there. Come on. There we go. I don't have a big tail there, do I? Let's see what we can do. So we are going to chain 4, which is going to count as our 3 treble crochet. So just like our double treble, but we're going to do it round 1 and 2. We're going to go right back in that space. And do 2 and 2, but it'll be just 3 times. There you go. So that's all we're going to be doing. And then that's going to be our corner. So we're going to chain 2. That's 1/2 of our corner, rather. So now we need to go over here where our 8 is, and on our 4th stitch in, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to be doing a single crochet, and then another single crochet. So the 4th and 5th stitch in that should look like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in our non-corner where we did the single crochet 2 together, we are just going to do a double crochet. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to look for our middle pretty much, but it's the 4th and 5th of that stitch. We're going to do a single crochet, a single crochet, we're going to chain 2, and here we're going to do the double crochet, chain 2, and then our single crochets and our arches. Okay, so that's what we have so far. I'll weave that tail in later, and that's our side. Now we're coming up to our corner again, so we're chaining 2, and in this space here we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to do our there we go, triple crochets, 1, 2. Oops, I did that wrong. Did you guys yell at me? I hope so. 1, 2. You caught it probably faster than I did. So we're just going to do a regular treble. 1, 2. We're going to 2 together here, side by side. This time we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then 2 more trebles. And that is going to be our corner. And we'll chain 2, and then we're going to start our side again. Okay, so we can see it start taking shape. Our corners are going to be 2 trebles, chain 3, 2 trebles, and our side. I'm going to get my tail out of the way here. On our arches, we're doing 2 singles, and then between we're just doing a double. So we're going to do another side together. Maybe that might be too close. Okay, so we chained our 2. So we're going to find our middle up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do 2 single crochets, chain 2, then a double crochet, chain 2, and then 1 more double. Then we'll be ready for our corner again. We're going to do the last our 2 single crochets in our arch. And then we're ready for our corner treble. Another treble. Chain 3. Then 2 more trebles. Okay, just gotta look back and make sure I've got that correct. There we go. You can kind of see. Get a little bit further here. Getting our side together. So go ahead and do your next 2 sides, and we will meet up and do the last row, which is fairly simple. It is all single crochets with corners of chain 3. So we will see you back in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm getting ready to do the rest of that last first corner we started. Sorry about that. Just trying to get it closer. So we're going to chain 2. Oop, hold on, I got to put the TV on. I like to have noise when I'm crocheting. And so off screen I was listening to, detective show Columbo. My granddaughter loves it because when she comes over she goes, listen to your mysteries. All right, so we are going to do the last of our treble crochets here. And hopefully you're seeing this really good. My phone's about to die. Hopefully it makes it till the end. I might have to. Okay. So we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch in the top of our chain there. All right, there we go. Okay guys, I'm going to have to pause here because of my phone, but we will come back. This is a fairly long video and I apologize, but it is a really pretty pattern and we'll be back as soon as possible. Okay, so I think I've got it charged enough nicely that you guys don't have to wait for that. We're going to hope it stays. I've got it still charging. This last row is going to be very simple. We're just putting a single crochet on all the sides. So in the top of our stitches, and then chain 2, we'll be putting 2. And then we want to put them in all the way around like this. So chain 2 spaces, we're doing 2 single crochets, and we're going to go in the top of each stitch with a single crochet. Okay guys, do you live in an area where you got cicadas? I'm going to tell you what, they're horrible here. I mean, they're everywhere. I can't even walk outside without finding them laying on the ground outside my door. I went to Walmart with my granddaughter and they were like peppering the sidewalk there. Had to leave a park because they were flying around so bad and flying straight at her. I mean, they're not dangerous or anything, but it doesn't mean you want to be hit by one of those things. It's crazy. So on the top of these stitches, we're going to do the same thing. So do you live in an area that has them, and have they been really bad? So on the corner, we do in on each top of the trebles, but we're also going to put 2 in the corner, and then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to put 2 more in the corner, and then we're going to go back into the top of our stitches, and that is our corner. Then we're just going to go back to our side. I'm going to chain 2 spaces, just 2 single crochet, and then of course in top of our stitches. So that's all there is for this last round. So I'm going to let you guys work that at your own pace, and then we'll look at the finished square when we get done. So I'll see you back here in just a few seconds compared to when we're ready to finish off this square. Okay, I have no idea what I'm talking about today. I tell you what, you can tell I haven't made a good video or a long video for a while from being off. And I apologize if it seems chaotic, but I am glad to be back. I'm going to pick out my hexagon square and hopefully get that out tomorrow. I do want to show the beginning of the purse that I'm making for my granddaughter using beads. We're going to be on the corner here, so we're going to do that. I'm excited. I do have it started. I'm just working on the strap right now. Everything's subject to change. I've got a pattern worked out, so if you want to see that process, let me know and I'll be happy to show it to you. I haven't decided firmly on it, but I have been working around with a little bit of patterns for it. It's done in a lighter yarn. Well, and if you saw that haul video, you saw the yarn. She picked it out. So I am getting started on that, and I will show you a little bit of that if you're interested, and I will see you here at the end. Just remember 2 singles in our spaces and 1 on each top and the corner. We're doing, of course, in the top, but we're also doing 2 single crochets, chain 3, and 2 single crochets, and continue to the side. We'll see you here in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm at the end. All I did was do a slip stitch. I'm going to take this and tie it off, and we can get a good look at the square. Now, if I was doing a project with this, I would weave that in, but because it's just going to be a sample square, I'm just going to trim that off, and let's see what we have. Let's go back a little bit, and there we go. It might benefit from being blocked a little bit to get all the little wrinkles out. Let me see why I can't. I'm trying to get the lay flat a little bit. I tell you what I usually do. I put these in a book between some pages and I press them. And usually that does the trick too. And if you want to block it, if you don't have I have a board, but if you're, don't have one and you want to kind of get it to do that, again, as I said, I usually lay it in a book. I flatten it all out, kind of shape it, and then I just kind of close it in there to get its shape a little bit better. So what do you think, guys? Do you like it? Will it be something you use? I am putting these aside in a basket, and when we are done with the book, let me see, that's my hexagon. Where's my, well, here's my poinsettia one. And I am going to save them and kind of connect them. So I will have a sample blanket of my granny squares. And if I can figure out how, I think it'd be neat to be able to put the hexagon ones with them too. I'm not sure how, if I could do that or not, but I will probably try to do that with both of them. Like this one's a smaller square, so I'll probably just add more to it to square, make it the same size, or, add other ways to make that connected. So there we are. There's our Rosetta square. It is an intermediate one, and so I'm hoping that you enjoyed it. And the video did take longer than I normally like. I know people don't really like watching really long videos. If it's something you think you want to do and just didn't have the time and the stop and watch it all, do what I do. I put myself on a save for later, and that way I can watch it as I have time, but I know where it is real quick. So anyway, there it is. Thanks, you guys. I'm sorry that my first one back was a long one, but it was a pretty one, and I wanted to give it a try. So I will be seeing you later. I am going to bring just a quick video showing the start of that purse and maybe the design that I'm playing around with when it comes to it. And I will be talking to you guys later. Bye for now.